Hi guys, so I just wanted to talk to you about something really quickly because I think this may be one of the biggest struggles that women have. When it comes to anything, getting a car, a house, walking into a store, all of that is marketed to make you feel like you need to have it, okay? But what you need to remember is none of those sales and those marketing campaigns were made with your future in mind. They didn't say, well, is this going to affect so-and-so's kids' college fund, or is it gonna affect them paying down debt? No, that's not what they're thinking. And it's not even necessarily a malicious thing that anyone's doing. It's just marketing. You gotta realize marketing is marketing. That's all it is. So you have to be strong enough in your head to say, does this help my future? Does this help my goals? Does this help my family? If it doesn't, no matter how much it feels like you want that or how much you think it would benefit, you have to think above that, because that's what they're doing. They're thinking marketing, they're thinking what would make someone want this, but they're not thinking about your personal situation and your personal life. So it's not like you have to go around being like, don't look at me, but you do kind of have to put your blinders on, because impulse spending is impulse spending, and they know people impulse spend, you know? I think a lot of people assume that it's like just when it comes to like car salesmen and stuff, but it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's just not as in your face. But most stores you go into, none of the stuff is a necessity at all. It's not meant to further your financial growth. It's meant to hurt it. And that is why groups like this will help you when you feel that pull and say, wait, what's your why? That doesn't go with your why. Now you can get it, but just know that it may hurt your why and it may take you longer to get to your why. So remember this every time you go into a store or have to go shopping for something or anything, okay? And see if it helps. And if you ever need help or feel, like you're being pressured, reach out, and I will definitely try to get you back to what your why is. Okay, so now I want to talk about a little bit different of a subject, but one that kind of piggybacks the idea of, putting on your blinders when it comes to marketing and sales and knowing that it's all around us. The other thing is, so let's say, you're like, I'm on it, I got my blinders on, I'm not listening to sales and marketing, like I'm being good with my money. Well, there is another part to this. The other part to this is the comparison game. And everyone's heard that and everyone knows it, but it's something that you may not even realize you're letting yourself do, but ultimately doing. No matter what, as a girl, there is an endless amount of perfect looking pictures on social media. And why it's so easy for influencers to sell certain things is because there's a whole load of women who swipe up on their links because they think it's going to be in exchange for what their life looks like on social media. And that's a slippery slope. They create this beautiful, little scene on their pages. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't get that from buying what they're recommending, nor do you really know everything that goes on. So I think so many people are trying to get a piece of the picture perfect life. So they're going off these influencers and swiping up on the things that they're recommending, thinking in their heads, well, I can create that too. But what exactly are you creating? A picture? Because none of the stuff that they're really promoting is for your future or to stabilize yourself or your family, or very rarely do influencers or social media talk about money. I've heard maybe a couple bring up the fact that you shouldn't put stuff on a credit card, or sales are not, a make or break moment in your life. But most of them, that's how they make money, So you have to remember that. You have to remember that's how they make money. And you have to remember that it's not reality. It just looks really laid back and casual and pretty because it's social media. So you wouldn't think of it as marketing or sales because it seems like you know them, right? I follow a lot of beauty bloggers and a lot of fashion bloggers and a lot of lifestyle bloggers. And all day long, they put an image out to sell. And it may be the stuff that they like, but it doesn't mean you need it, okay? You don't know what their finances are like. They don't know what your finances are like. All they are putting out is stuff that they like. They are not saying, don't get this if you're in a bad financial boat, or don't get this if you don't have a savings. Don't get this if you, are not investing. Don't get this if you have a lot of debt. No, that's not their concern, nor should it be. It's your responsibility. It's your life. It's your bank account. It's your decision. But you have to remember that. You have to remember that you cannot create a life off of someone else's social media from buying stuff that they recommend. And no matter what, even if their house looked like that, and their clothes look like that, and their face and their hair and their kids were dressed, that doesn't actually affect things. You may think it does, but you can't create a better life or a better marriage or a better parenting lifestyle off of things you buy, okay? Just because you're seeing someone else's life and saying, well, if I just kind of imitate that, then maybe I'll have what they seem to have on Instagram or Facebook or any other social media. You can't do it. The best thing you can do is give your family stability, and give your family love, and give your family your time, your undivided attention. There's not a remedy of buying the perfect sweater that's gonna make your life better. It's not. It's a very, very, very fleeting feeling. But the comparison game, even for 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, and we think we grow out of it. I compared myself in high school. No, there's a lot of adults that still compare themselves, because then there's the comparison game when it comes to everything else. But what's going to affect you long term is how much you're spending to compare yourself. And that's going to last a lot longer than, the beauty product that you had to have. So just try and think about it. Try and think about it as not so surfacey, and think about why you would want that. Or is it really necessary? That a month later there's going to be a new version of it, or, it's always going to be around. It's not going anywhere. It can wait. There's going to be new beauty products next year, 2 years, 3 years. You could put anything on pause from buying, and it's always going to be there a couple months from now.